Hello everybody. Welcome back to Story Reckless. I am Nathan. I am the DM here this evening, and just about every evening, sometimes not. And I use he/him pronouns. I'm gonna pass it over to our players. If you don't mind doing your intros.
I'm Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm searching for a D6. I'm playing Kadam, half-elf grave cleric.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. I am playing Calliope, Aerogenasi Artificer.
I'm Enyo, they, them, playing Pip, revealed to everybody as a satyr who is learning the price for lying.
Yes, indeed.
This whole thing is actually just like an Aesop fable.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, let's do a quick recap here and jump right into this.
Do we want
Yeah.
to announce the other thing that happened?
Oh yeah. Yes. Actually, yes. We well, not me. It was actually, I believe it was like Claire and Olive's idea to do this, which was great. Claire and Olive did a one-on-one session. It is a small role-playing scene between Kadam and Calliope that takes place kind of between this episode and the last episode, and they recorded it. It's up on our YouTube channel. It's really fun. It's just like a very small, like intimate scene between the two of them, and they talk about some really cool themes of this.
Claire
story.
also came up with new game mechanics on the fly, just like invented whole cloth how to play Three Dragon Ante with
That's
dice.
Right. That's
it was
right.
incredible. It was so cool.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, that's right. They played Three Dragons Ante using dice. I watched it and it was fun. It was also fun to see y'all come up with the rules on the fly. So yeah, that was awesome.
Turns out we're playing poker.
I mean, yeah,
I reinvented
like,
poker.
like really simple poker. I don't even actually know how to play poker. I've never really done it, but yeah. So yeah, go check that out. It's on our YouTube channel. If you want to get some kind of a deeper dive into the characters, and we may end up doing it again. I know that I think it'd be great if you had the opportunity to do that with Pip. Would love for Pip to have the opportunity to just talk at an extended period with either of you. You look skeptical, Enyo.
But I'm having a hard time learning how to speak without turning into a devil.
I was gonna say, just like Pip with that much airtime might end up,
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna go to hell before you guys.
Yeah.
Who does fully transform? Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, with that, let's do a quick little recap here. So, last time was, if I remember, it was kind of a lot of just like prep and getting ready for what to do next. You did some shopping. You went and listened to the speech given by Lady Vanthampur. She essentially took credit, or gave credit to the Flaming Fist, and therefore took credit for the raid on the Dungeon of the Dead Three that you all did, and has proclaimed that the Dead Three have been cleansed from the city by her efforts and the Flaming Fist efforts, and threw her son under the bus. Mortlock Vanthampur threw him right under the bus, basically pinning all the blame on him. And she as well publicly promoted one of the Flaming Fist captains, Blaze Zaj. Or no, it was before Blaze, it was Flame Zaj. And they were promoted to Blaze. Flaming Fist, it's all gotta be fiery based stuff.
Yeah.
And yes, despite all that though, the a lot of the restrictions are still in place. The Hell Riders are still being held captive and interrogated before they will be let go. They're still investigating that, so Lady Vantham claims. And I believe there's still the curfew, right? Did I not? Do we?
Yeah, curfew's in place,
Curfew's
and they're
in
still
place.
using necromancy.
Still using necromancy. That's right. Yeah. But after all that, oh yes, the biggest thing, I completely skipped over what happened at the very beginning of the episode, which was Pip disguised herself to look like one of the cultist leaders, cultists of the Dead Three, and went into all the cultists that you convinced to go stay at the Hellfire Lounge, and you maintain that disguise, and you convince them to do this plan to go to Low Lantern Tavern, where Amric Vantham, one of Lady Vantham's sons, likes to hang out and do business. You convince them all to go there, and I believe the directive was to kidnap Amric Vantham. If that fails, kill him on sight. If he, I don't know, resists too much, I guess. Or if the kidnapping goes south, then you may as well take him out with you, something like that. So yeah, you gave them this directive, and they now have all gone to Low Lantern Inn, waiting for a signal that Pip said will be very obvious. I believe he said it'll be a symbol of ball will appear. That'll be the signal. With all of that, you retire to your respective places of rest. Calliope, you heading over to Kadam's place, and the following day, with Pip last minute going and acquiring that medallion, after lying and having large ram's horn sprout from her head, you went and bought that medallion that Kadam did not want you to have. And got the medallion of Detect Thoughts, and you all met up in front of Low Lantern Inn after sunset. It's probably around 9 p.m. here as you're standing here in front of the inn, and before you see this derelict ship, a 3-masted ship with no sails on it. The ship itself looks very old and waterlogged. There's still quite a bit of rigging hanging off of it as the thick fog kind of billows around its hull. And in the mist, you can see that eerie green light emanating from a green lantern hanging off the bow, indicating that they are open for business. There's a couple of folks on the bow of the ship where some tables have been set out. They're kind of bundled up in this cold fog, but they're sitting out there having a smoke, and they appear to be playing some cards. But as you approach, you can hear the muffled murmur within of laughter and dice and people talking loudly. I think maybe there was a little bit of talking y'all wanted to do before heading in, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to open it up to all of you and tell me what you want to do.
Do you want to start with a flashback to creating the magic mouth?
Sure. If that's the plan, then yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Are we doing it?
Yeah. It turns out that I don't think any of us have ever seen Duke Vantham handwriting. I haven't, and I'm the one with the forgery kit, so magic mouth.
Okay, so if you wanna, do you wanna like make it yourself, or do you want Calliope to come in and be like, do this? And, like, I saw this scheme happen once. We foiled the plan, but it was really good. I appreciated their like ingenuity.
You see Pip standing in front of a basin of water again, because that worked so well last time, and speaking in Duke Vantham voice, like, I command you to kill my son. Oh wait, that's stupid. How am I going to do this? Yeah.
Okay. So you're standing there in front of this basin of water saying these words, and then you're going to have Calliope's help. Calliope comes in and...
I will take anybody's help.
Okay, so Calliope, you come into
Yeah.
the
Where are we?
bathroom.
Are we?
I'm gonna say you're probably at the Hellfire Lounge. You went and met up with Pip at the Hellfire Lounge before
Okay.
heading to Low Lantern Inn.
Cool.
So we'll say this is like an hour before the meetup time. Kadam, are you? I'm imagining Pip has gone into that same bathroom. It's like taking a long time, and then Calliope gets impatient and goes in after. While Kadam, are you gonna follow, or are you just gonna like sit out on the balcony and hang out?
I will go into. I think it might be prudent if Calliope and I get there before Pip arrives.
Okay.
I guess Rhea should come in with us too.
Okay, so four
It's very crowded
four
in this
people all
bathroom.
pile into this bathroom, closing the door behind
Squish
you
it.
with this
Fun.
big water basin filled with water, with Pip standing there kind of smushed in, and you
And
all...
then Calliope like pointing over and like getting her finger in it. She's like, no. Like, okay, so
Just piggyback. Just get on my back because this is horrible.
okay.
What
Okay,
are we
so-
doing in here?
Plan for now. Okay, so this is the plan. This is the plan. Just so everyone's on the same page. So we're trying to convince this Amric fellow that his mom has got it in for him and is going to do him just like she did Morlock.
Right.
And it might
so-
be true for all we know.
And it might be true.
It might be.
It might be true. Best lies have a grain of truth. So, first phase of that is the assassination. Folks gonna kill him. Very direct evidence. But like, who knows? Like, might be a misunderstanding, might be a setup. So this is a little piece of insurance that we're making, where, with the esteemed Pip's talents, we're gonna forge a magic mouth spell of Lady Vanthampur ordering his Amric's assassination. And we'll be like, oh yeah, we found it in the Dead Three's hideout.
Sorry.
I am relying on you two to make up how we found that, please.
Oh yeah, we found lots of dead symbols and stuff. We'll just use one of those. So we're casting the magic mouth on that, and that apparently that's how Lady Vanthampur is given these secret orders. Seems legit.
Yes, what I mean is I'm relying on you, I guess, Calliope, mostly, to lie about how you found out how to activate these secret
Oh,
orders.
yeah. Identify spell. Easy.
Okay. Well,
This is magic I do not know about. I'm just going to leave you two to it.
Great. It's just a bit of insurance, just in case he needs a little bit of extra convincing.
All right.
all right.
I will guide you again. Bop on top of the head, and might I notice something?
Oh, I mean, Pip, I don't know how you would hide those ram's horns. I don't know if you have some clever way of doing it, but yeah, I mean, there you go. Like,
Just
how-
straight up.
yeah, like how would you hide those?
I have a bouffant now. Okay. It just looks like a terrible wig.
So yeah, I mean, Kadam, you would have noticed the ram's horns almost
All right.
immediately when you first saw Pip.
I will guide you, and I will not ask questions.
Okay.
Thank you, Kadam.
So Pip, what are you saying into the magic mouth? I have two questions. What are you saying into the magic mouth? And what activates the magic mouth? Because it needs something, right, to activate it.
Mhm.
Once you-
So, from in her boots somewhere, when we were in the Dungeon of the Dead 3, Pip took one of the seals of Ball that I guess what looks like a frowny face.
Yeah, for Ball, it's like the Harlequin mask, but like the sad, like mournful one. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess it's this big metal thing. She just clunks it down, and it's like, Calliope, I've been pouring. Look, I've been pouring this and this. I've tried the silly putty. I don't know how to actually make this mouth move.
Okay, yeah. Here, it just needs a little bit of this ingredient. And Calliope pulls out, what is it? Is it like some silver dust is the component?
Yes.
And I guess like
a little bit of jade dust.
Honeycomb.
jade dust.
Yeah.
Jade dust. It's like, oh yeah, I got some.
Okay.
And reaches deep into my bag of holding.
Okay.
And yeah, let's come up with what we want it to say. Is it like
25 words in Duke Phantom Purr's voice. How does she start it? How does she do it?
maybe brevity is the key here?
Get rid of
what's
the
the-
second
what-
one.
Yeah, something like that. Or mention Mortlock and then the second one. So like, is Mortlock, which child is it? I don't really know this family that well.
Mortlock's the big brutish one.
Yeah, but it's like he's like the first
What's
child,
the
second
birth
child?
order?
The birth. I don't know their birth order. Let's just say there's the one who's big and brutish. There's the one who's willowy and anemic, and then there's the one who's a Chad who's losing his hair.
Yeah, but she probably don't refer to her children like that.
She might.
Nathan, would we
Use their
have any way
words.
to find out
Their
what the
names.
birth order of
Ma-
these nobles are?
Kadam and Pip can make history checks.
I'm so good at history.
I
I
know,
don't
but
have the
I
history
don't know.
of-
I
yeah,
can't. I don't know how to
Calliope
justify.
just wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5.
5.
I don't pay attention to Patreon hours.
An 11. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I will give
You've
feel
been
like the Chad
studying these
yelled
people,
this.
haven't you been?
Yeah. Yes, and that's how I know. One, I can tell you, like,
So I would,
Thirstwell has 15 illnesses.
I will say, Pip, that you take a moment to try to remember, and you are able to remember the birth order, which I need to find.
Kidam does not pay attention to such things.
No,
Okay.
I was told to ignore patriarchs as much as I could.
Wise choice, probably.
Hold on.
Held me in good stead for 46 and a half years.
Where?
Okay, so
I know that. Okay, I know that. God, this where. Sometimes it's like you just want to know one thing, right? And it's like finding it.
You could also make it up if you wanted.
I could, but this information exists. I think. Okay, I think this is. I'm just gonna go with this. All right, so this will be canon. I'll just write this in my notes.
Can I give you what my vibe check is? So Chad is first child, obviously.
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Anemic has, I think, middle child energy.
Mhm.
And then Mortlock seems like the youngest. Like he had a chip on his shoulder. He had something to prove.
Okay.
That would be my guess from their archetypes.
Yeah. Yes, I was gonna go with Mortlock
That's
being
awesome.
the youngest. So, Mortlock is the youngest. And I do like that Amric is first child and Thirstwell is middle child. Perfect.
Thirstwell.
Thirstwell.
What a name! I can't get over that one.
Okay.
Okay,
There you
Okay.
now
go.
that we have the order, once you've dealt with the youngest, take out the eldest.
Sounds good.
Maybe it could be a little bit more explicit though.
No. It's mysterious, and we had to figure it out. It just took a while. And then we put 2 and 2 together, and that's why we're rushing in just now.
Just now, the eldest. All right. And Thirstwell just isn't worth killing? Yeah, let's work with it. I don't think he's worth killing. He's going...
We don't know her plans.
Okay, so...
Okay. So that'll be what you say. How is this message activated?
Do we know some prayer? Hey, Kidam, do you know
Yeah.
prayer to Ball? Get in here.
I've been like keeping an eye out in the hallway this whole time.
Oh, I mean, this is like, imagine, this is the door is closed, because if you were to open the door, it just opens up into the balcony area. Like, there's no hallway, right?
Okay.
Like, this is one of those types of bathrooms where it's like you just see it right there.
Well, I've been keeping an ear out then.
If you want, Kadam, you can make a religion check to see if you've heard any.
Religion.
Uh-huh.
I am.
Is it double digits?
Nope. So I rolled a 5, so that's a 9.
Oh my god. Yeah, you don't really
I don't know anything
any
about anything
prayers
bad,
to
evidently.
Paul, yeah.
Just come up with something that sounds good. You're the best here at religion. I'm sure it's better than whatever we have.
Can I roll a religion? Can I
Balls
see if I like
the god of
sacrifice a
murder?
goat?
Yes.
Or is Bane the god of murder?
Ball's the god of murder.
I got
Ball's the god of murder.
a 21 on a religion.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Calliope, I however you want to justify it, but you were
So college, we had this crazy initiation, right? Let me tell you, there was a goat. No offense, and you know you do what you do.
Why should I be offended? There's no reason.
Okay. Anyway,
The
so
presence of a goat is not necessarily insulting.
well, what we did to the goat might have been. The goat was insulted by the end of it. In any case, if I remember right, it went a little something like this. And then recited, like, probably archaic. This is from like 60 years ago, from like Lambtan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you just saying some like archaic form of common that like is this
or like
prayer
a prayer? So it's like a Latin prayer, maybe.
Oh, do you have what languages do you have? I'm curious.
I have common and infernal.
You have infernal. That could work. Yeah. Okay. We'll say it's an infernal prayer to Ball that you remembered from your schooling, from this weird weird ritual that you did for what, I don't know why.
No, okay, Nathan.
Yeah,
in our other game, Infernal is ancient Greek.
Right. Oh my
right.
god. So
Oh,
it's a
would you
frat
care?
system.
It's a frat.
But would you be willing to share the thing that you probably have memorized?
Did
I could be making. Yeah,
Oh.
Anya's got it.
Something Achilleos.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So
Okay.
you say this
is a really
phrase.
esoteric joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. So yeah, Calliope, you say this phrase, and when you finish reciting it, the little magic mouth on this Harlequin mask, is it just like a metal Harlequin mask that, with like kind of engraved teardrops running down it? Is that what you imagine it being?
I think so.
Okay. So you recite the phrase as Pip sprinkles the last bit of jade dust on, and you watch the mask sort of animate as it. And Pip, you are now ready to record the message that will be recited when this phrase is repeated. I will have you make a deception roll for me as you're trying to impersonate Lady Vanthampur's voice.
Jade. Okay.
And I'm trying to decide if this is this a strong enough lie to trigger You're not lying about
Well,
yourself. You
being
are
an actor, would
Yeah.
like being in a play being a lie?
Yeah, I know. This is you are not lying about yourself. You are impersonating a voice.
Whoa.
With a D4.
I've got.
Oh, and you have a D4.
I do have a D4, but I also have advantage because of the actor feat.
Big money, big money.
Oh my goodness.
Then plus
Oh,
a
no.
D4 after that.
Yeah,
Okay, and then plus a D4. Let me just roll D4.
Amazing.
4.
Holy.
So that's 26 total.
Yeah. You nail.
Mason.
Everybody goes quiet in the bathroom, and you recite these lines of Lady Vanthampur, and it sounds exactly like her. And as you finish, the Harlequin mask goes back into its regular shape and is now sitting there, ready to be activated with this infernal phrase. Okay, so that was our flashback, yes?
I think so.
Okay, and we go back to all of you standing here before the Low Lantern Inn, the ship sagging in the water, the sounds of bells dinging off in the harbor, and the lapping of water against stone. What would you all like to do?
I think Calliope and Rhea and I have gone in like an hour
Ahead of time.
beforehand.
Okay.
Ahead
Yeah.
of time.
And are just playing 3 Dragon Ante.
Yep.
Okay, so you all are gonna head in. So a little before then, so I guess what we really see is we see the three of you going up the steps and across the deck and heading down below. A couple of things of note as the three of you are walking up onto the deck. As you go towards the steps, Kadam and Calliope, you can see the steps heading down off to your right as you step up onto this old deck of this ship. And as you're walking, Calliope, your foot kind of hits something soft, and you look down and you see there's just a dead gull, a seagull, just on the deck, just lying there. And Kadam, you notice Calliope kind of stop and see this there. And when you look up, you see there's like another one just across the way next to the railing, just like lying dead on the deck.
This does not seem sanitary.
Well, it's also night time. How long have these gulls been dead? Are they like freshly dead? Have they been sitting here for hours?
Make a medicine check.
Natural 20.
Holy shit.
So
Kadam,
27. I know everything there is to know about this
seagull
gull.
veterinarian or mortician.
Okay.
Kadam, have you ever thought of doing taxidermy? You're quite
Kadam,
deft.
You get down and look at this gull. I don't know if you were gonna actually like touch it or interact with it, but
I figured I would.
okay. So you get down, you kind of gently part some of the feathers on its chest, because you notice that like right around its kind of heart on its chest, the feathers are a bit ruffled and kind of almost pulled apart. And as you kind of inspect closely, you can see there is a puncture wound that seems to be oozing a slight little bit of fluid, and you immediately determine that this gull was stung by something, stung and likely died of like some sort of harsh poison.
Do I have familiarity with something that could kill a seagull with a single sting?
Make a religion check. Or Arcana. But you don't have Arcana, so.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yes, you can.
7.
You don't know, yeah.
I rolled a nat 1, so I have an 11. I've never rolled above like a 5, I think, for my Arcana checks.
That's actually really amazing, though, that you rolled a nat 1 and still got an 11. I mean, Calliope, with an 11, though, there are, there are creatures in Faerun that have powerful toxins, You're not certain though what it would be within this ecosystem in Baldur's Gate. It would probably likely be more something like, found further south where it's warmer. Like there's some large insects that reside further south in warmer climates. Yeah, I think that's all you get with that.
Okay. How long is it before the signal is? About an hour?
Oh, before you mean before Pip
Yeah.
arrives?
Before like the designated. So
Yeah.
when we get a little bit past an hour, I'd like to cast See Invisibility.
Got it. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Yeah, you'll I will know we will know that you're gonna cast it just before it happens. So, okay.
Great.
Can I gather a little bit of this toxin?
Yeah, you got a natural 20, sure. Do you have something to collect it with?
I have an herbalism kit.
Perfect, yeah. So you have probably a little vial that comes with that. Take it out and okay, you collect go ahead and put a vial of unknown poison for now.
Okay.
Okay. If you're not gonna do anything else, you I'm assuming head down below?
Yeah.
Okay. So heading down below, you pop out you head down the stairs and have to kind of turn right into this into the lower decks of the ship, and as you go down the stairs and start to turn, the sound kind of hits you like a wall of all the people laughing and talking and the dice clattering. And coming around the corner, you find yourself in what looks to be like a gambling hall. There are multiple tables set up, these big round tables with various folk sitting and rolling dice, drinking, laughing. Off to the left as you come in, you can see a bar set up, and behind the bar there's this Kadam, you've met a creature like this before. You see a Kenku behind the bar that's tending to all the folk there and pouring glasses, and you see a woman sitting at the end of the bar. As you start to come further into the room,
Is this the one holding the blueberry?
yeah,
And,
the
with
one
a
with
crab?
the blueberry, yeah. So you see this woman who has pretty short curly hair that kind of goes up. It's like a dark red. She looks to be older, probably in her 50s, and she has this little crab resting on her shoulder. She's wearing sort of like she's wearing oh my god, okay, yeah. She's wearing like a leopard print top with like a black vest over the top of it that the crab is kind of clinging to, and she looks over at you and is wearing these sort of cat-eye glasses that are bedazzled with little like rhinestones. As she looks over and she goes, welcome to Low Lantern Inn. I am Lorela. Whoop, hold on, the name is one of those names that is. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, Lorelra. I am Lorelra Thundrith. Pleasure to meet you and welcome to Low Lantern Tavern. If you're looking for some good beverages, some good gambling, you've come to the right place. Just, be careful. It can get a bit messy around here. Come on in.
I like it, messy. I like you. The aesthetics of this place and you, incredible. I love this.
Well,
Give me
thank you.
Give me one of those ones in the casket with the little like leaves and vines on it. That seems interesting.
Of course. Serve up that one for this one here. Please make yourselves at home. You may call me the captain. This is my establishment, and just let me know if you need anything. And yeah, you are able to move into this place and get settled in. You do see there are stairs heading further down, and you can hear more talking and laughing and gambling down below there as well. Where do you all want to post up?
Do we have any idea where the action is going to go down?
quick look around. Do I see?
Make a perception check.
What's his face?
Can I make one too?
Yep, both of you.
14.
14. Okay.
Only 11.
11. Okay. Looking around, you don't see Amric, and you're very confident you don't see Amric. Kadam, you do notice though, as you're looking around trying to figure out where to sit, you look off directly to your right. There's a table just next to you there, with two individuals sitting at it. You see one appears to be a very pale dwarf with almost like there is no color in the hair. It's like almost translucent. And this individual seems to be kind of eyeing you. And sitting next to them, you see what looks to be a human man. Kind of sharp features, sort of like buck teeth kind of sticking out a little bit as they're looking up at you, almost sneering. And they both seem to be like eyeing you suspiciously. And then they notice you catch their gaze, and they immediately go back to what they were doing and continue to talk to each other and drink.
I assume I don't recognize either of them.
Make a insight check.
By the name, I recognize you.
Really? 19.
19. The human man, something seems familiar. It's really, you're not exactly like, you can't place it. Something about the way he looks is like triggering some kind of familiarity, but you don't know where the memory, like you can't place the memory. It's like, it's that feeling, right? You see somebody on the street and you're like, I swear I know this person, but you don't know why or how.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all you get with a 19.
All right.
But where do you all want to go? There's some tables here, and then there is more. Sounds like there's more stuff going on downstairs as well.
Let's get check out downstairs. Just get a lay of the land.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So you all head downstairs. As you empty out into this downstairs area, you can see there are more tables and chairs set up. This seems to be less of a gambling hall, more of a almost like a lounge. You can see there are more comfy couches set up in areas. You see people are smoking down here, and the conversation it's still loud, but a little bit more hushed, easier to talk to one another. And as you start to look around, you see there's quite a bit of people down here all kind of hanging out, and you immediately realize that Fred is sitting there with one of the other cultists.
Amazing.
And you look around and you see more familiar faces of the other cultists all sitting down in this lower portion. And as you come around the stairs and start to step out into the wider room, you look towards the back and you can see there is a big comfy couch set up with a small table in front of it, and then a smaller couch on the other side of that table. And currently sitting in the bigger, more like well-stuffed couch, you see the well-groomed, sleek black outfit of Amric Vanthampur. He has his manicured goatee and his slicked back hair as he's sitting there talking with what appears to be some human man that looks kind of almost desperate and very worried in the face. And they're currently talking business with one another. And resting on the back of the couch, kind of perched, clutched to the sofa, you see a strange creature. Calliope, you may have seen these actually from being from Lantan. They're really rare. They sometimes migrate north to like one of the most southern islands of Lantan. There's like a small, I guess what's the word? Like there's a word for like a collection of seabirds where they all like, breed and hang out.
Or like an aviary.
Kind
or
of, yeah,
something?
like an aviary. There's a small rocky island on the far south of Lantan where these creatures come once a season to have their young. They fly up from Cholt, from the south, and you see a very small, leathery winged creature with like a long snout and a big crest coming out the back, which you know to be a pteranodon that's just kind of clutched on the back of the couch and just kind of sort of eyeing Amric's client.
Rookery is the word.
Rookery. Okay, I wanted to say rookery, but I was like, I didn't know if that was the right word because I thought that was used for seals. But yeah. But yeah, so you're down here. It's pretty full down here. I wonder why. There's a lot of people down here. There's really only one table available, or you could try to squeeze in with one of the cultists if you wanted to. Oh, you do see a bigger table, a bigger round table. There's two individuals sitting there. They looked actually to be two elven individuals, but you would know, both of you would know. Yeah, they look like two drow are sitting at the table there. They look very young. Like for elves, they look to be very young.
Are they both men?
You see, no, it looks to be, if I remember correctly, it looks to be a woman and a man, like a young man and a young woman. Drow.
I think I'm quite distracted by that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't approach them or anything, but just
Okay.
all right. I'll lean over to Calliope and Rhea. Maybe we should sit upstairs or crowd around that one tiny table.
Yeah, let's crowd around that tiny table. Get
All
cozy.
right.
Okay. So the three of you.
I guess I'll ask one of the drow if I can have one of the chairs so that we all have a place to sit.
Yeah. Yeah. So you go up to the drow and.
Are they friendly? Can we sit with them?
No. No.
So, Kadam, you go up to them, and as you approach, they look up and see you, and you can see they look to be like. It's it's always hard with elves because of the time span, but they look.
I've got one whole half of my family.
Yeah, and I would say with that experience of maybe like being around more elves, like they look really young. Like they're probably. I forget how it works with elves. It's like when you reach 100 is when you start to.
You're considered an adult.
An adult. They probably aren't even into that stage. They're still like probably in their 60s or something. Like they're considered. They'd be like teenagers almost, or like very young adults. And as you approach, what do you say to them?
Do you mind if I take one of these chairs?
They both kind of turn and look a little startled. They have that, pure white hair, almost like the dwarf upstairs. Is like slightly translucent as it goes towards the bottom. Very pale skin as they look at you, and kind of almost like pink in the eyes. And they kind of get a little awkward and uncomfortable, and they go, "Of course, you can have a chair. Go for it."
Thank you.
You're welcome. Then they
And
kind
I
of
will
turn
take the
back
chair
and
and just
keep
kinda
talking
like-
to each other. Okay, you slide the chair up, and all three of you are crowded around this tiny little table. And the bartender eventually comes over, takes your drinks, and you get settled in. I think we're gonna cut to Pip. Okay, so you all sit and relax here in the bottom part. As time goes by, eventually, Pip, you walk up to the Low Lantern Inn by yourself. You see the same scene, this big deck of the ship, and step up the gangplank and head across the deck. You as well happen to notice like these two dead birds lying on the deck. And you head downstairs?
Yeah. Pip is going to go through, I think first, whatever the main entrance is, and just be like, "Ahoy, Captain! Get me your strongest drink."
Yeah, and you've been here before, right? Because you've dealt with Amric, so you know where Amric
Yep.
posts up. Yeah. So yeah, you say that to Lorelra, to Lorel. God, her name is really difficult for me to say. I can do it. Lorelra. So you address the captain, and she goes. She swings around and goes, Pip, lovely to see you. Yes, of course. I'll get you your usual. As the Kenku serves up your drink, passes it over to you. Everybody...
And another one for our balding friend.
Well, he seems to be doing better these days. I don't know if you've noticed. Of course. I'll get him what he likes. And she leans over and says something to the Kenku. The Kenku makes up a drink. Pip, why don't you, for that, if you don't mind, mark off a gold, and for both Kadam and Calliope, mark off a silver piece for your drinks. So, you grab the drinks, Pip. You have them all ready to go, and I'm assuming you head downstairs. And just like with the others, you get downstairs and come around the corner, and you see the room is pretty full with a bunch of people that you recognize. You see all the cultists are already posted up, having their drinks, kind of seeming to like have conversation with each other, but you see them sort of like every once in a while kind of looking nervously around. And then you see right there at the bottom of the stairs, you see your three companions, Rhea, Kadam, and Calliope at a small table. Are you gonna head over to Amric?
Yeah, I think Pip is just going to make quick, discreet eye contact with the table of, Kadam and Calliope. And then both drinks in hand will head over to Amric and stand semi-politely while the Amric is finishing up his business with the man. But if it goes on too long, eventually Pip will just set the drink down and be like, "Time's up."
Okay. So you approach, stepping up to Amric, and...
Oh, actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Before all of that, can I say that I just slipped like some hair loss potion into his drink?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you make a quick
Make a
sleight of hand check. Yeah, and I mean this we'll say that you're probably doing this as you're going down the stairs, so it's gonna be very unlikely that somebody would see you. But a 9, okay. Yeah, I mean you're doing it as you're going down the stairs. You quickly slip it in there. Nobody really stops you or takes notice. I think when you get to the bottom of the stairs, as you finish pulling the little vial away, you see one of the cultists like staring at you as you're putting the vial away, and then they just kind of immediately go back to like talking to Fred across the way from them. So Pip, you head over to Amric, and you can see that Amric seems to be finishing up this conversation with this individual here. And Amric is saying, I understand. There goes my little. I understand what you're saying, Yorin, but that's just how it works. Now, I can get you out of hot water with the guild if you just take my little loan here, and that's the deal. 25% interest if you do not repay me. You have a 10-day. Amric, but I just don't know if I will be able to get the gold within attende. It's very difficult for... I don't know what to say. I mean, unless you value your life, this is just how it will go. You know how the guild is. Kind of looks around anxiously, and then Amric looks and sees you, Pip, as you're approaching. So, are you going to be taking it or not? And then Yorin kind of looks a little uncomfortable. Yeah, all right. Yes, of course. Amric does like a quick hand signal, and you see one of the people sitting at the bar, at the end of the bar. This big, burly man with orange hair and a pulled back ponytail sees Amric give this hand signal, and he kind of stands up and walks over to Amric, drops a sack of coins into Amric's hand. Amric opens it and just quickly takes a look, pulls out some coins, passes it over to Yorin, and Yorin takes it. Right, attende, yes, okay, attende. Pockets it, and Yorin scurries off into the tavern as the brute goes back and sits at his seat. Amric waves you over, Pip, and gestures to the couch across the way.
Well, Amric, having a good time, you scamming all of the local poor folks out of their money?
I provide a business for our fine city, a service, and I help people, get out of trouble with with their debts. It's just legitimate. It's legitimate business. Well, tell me, Pip, how may I help you? And you see that little pteranodon kind of start to eye you as it adjusts on the back of the chair.
Pip is just going to take out a copper coin and just kind of start flipping it, seemingly as a nervous gesture. And we'll use the medallion of detect thoughts.
Okay, so just surface level thoughts?
Yeah, surface level thoughts. And for this entire kind of conversation, just trying to suss out how he's feeling. It's just
Okay.
well, Amric, looking a bit thin up top there, but better than it was before.
Okay, so you go into the surface level thoughts, and it's interesting because you see him looking at you, and you see him looking at you, his eyes kind of narrowing as you're saying this. And when you look at him, Pip, it looks like he has a full head of hair. So when you say this, you see his eyebrows kind of jump, and you hear his surface level thoughts go, now wait a minute, that artist told me that this should work 100%. Nobody should be able to detect that. I must go have a word, and I'm going to tell Mother about this. And then you hear another voice come in to his surface level thoughts. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Sylvan, and Common and Sylvan.
Okay, you don't recognize the language, but you hear a language come through. Actually, you recognize it, but you don't know what's being said. You recognize it because you just got taught a phrase in Infernal, but you hear Infernal creep into his surface level thoughts, and you see him, as you're talking to him, you see him kind of nodding and listening to what you're saying, and some voice creeps into his head and seems to be speaking with him, and then you hear him respond back. He says,
This is so cool.
He says, now, Kashara, please don't do that while I'm trying to do business. Yes, I know the horns are new. It's fine. Who knows what she gets up to? And then the voice kind of continues to babble, and you see him as you're speaking, Pip. He kind of holds up a hand and goes, "Just one moment, Pip. My pet is getting a bit antsy here," and he takes there's like a little bowl of little bits of cured meat, and he pulls a piece off and goes, here you go, and the little Pteranodon snatches it, and that voice drops out of his head, kind of adjusts, and you hear the surface level thoughts again. Now just be quiet while I deal with this. So, yes, I think I'm looking rather smashing right now, wouldn't you say? He leans forward.
Can I go up to the bar?
Yeah.
And cast Detect Magic and order another drink?
Yes, you can. So you order another drink and cast Detect Magic. You have see invisibility on Calliope.
Yes.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Which
Sorry,
I think is just kind of like, I'm like checking my phone every now and again, and it's just a motion detector, I think, from like Alien.
Wait, you're checking your phone? Wait,
well,
sorry.
okay, but it's
What?
like I'm checking like this little like crystal that has like
got it. Okay.
For sorry,
it looks
that
like
detects invisibility, but it's like the motion of like checking my phone.
Got it. Yeah. It looks like that
Obviously,
motion.
I don't have a phone.
Yeah. But you have a small crystal that you pull out and look to see if there's any invisibility around. You don't detect any invisibility looking around the room.
It lasts for an hour.
Got
It's
it.
just that.
You order a drink, cast Detect Magic. Where are you looking? Are you looking over towards Pip?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also kind of, this whole swath of folks.
Okay. You look over. You don't detect any. You don't detect any magic radiating off of any people around you. And as you look over towards Amric, you see the illusion magic very strong around his head, like you saw before.
Okay.
And there is very strong illusion magic radiating off of the Pteranodon that is perched behind him.
Okay.
He leans forward towards you, Pip, and gets kind of quiet. Tell me straight. Are you able to see through it? Is that how you... I mean, I know I've been working with you to help with this.
Oh, no.
But can
I
you
mean,
see it?
looks...
I was told by the tattoo artist that gave me this, and he kind of pulls aside a little thing, and you see there's like a little heart tattoo that says Vantham Per within, and he kind of shows it. I was told this should cover it. It should make it, and then kind of. Tell me true. Do you see through it? Do you see through the illusion?
When people spend a lot of time looking at illusions, sometimes they can see through illusions. It looks great for now, but you might want to grab another bottle of hair revival from me soon. Just saying. Is it stress or
it's not.
Or grief?
It's not working, Pip. Whatever you're giving me isn't working, and I have my suspicions. I've heard stories about you, Pip. I know you grift people.
Takes one to know one. Hey, oh, come on, we're business partners.
Do you have any on you?
I don't have any on me now.
Why are you here?
This came off on a bad start, but please accept my condolences for the death of your dear brother Mortlock.
Thank you. I know.
It's
terrible.
Can I still hear his surface thoughts?
You hear his surface thoughts, and you just hear what do you hear? You hear you basically hear I hear that he's gone. Just, but just nope. Put on, yes, of course. And then he says it to you. Yes, thank you for your condolences. Very sad, very sad.
Yes.
But as Lady Vanthampur said, he was a traitor to our home after all. So we kind of had what was coming to him.
Pip leans in kind of at this point. All right, but do you really believe that Mortlock was acting alone? That your mother, the Duke, was not involved?
You better be careful what you're saying about my mother. You do know who she is.
Of course, everybody knows who she is, but she really threw him under the bus. I know you and Mortlock weren't close, but I mean, it must be awful to be left with only the sniveling, conniving Wangstain that's Thirstwell.
Well, you're not wrong. He sticks to his own business anyways, and besides, Mother... it's fine. I'm not worried about
Do you think she prefers him?
I'm sorry. No.
I
Definitely not. No.
So you don't think that she has any secret dealings with maybe only Thirstwell? That
Thirstwell has his uses. Sure, Mother may have some.
But you think you have more
exchanges.
uses? Is that what I'm hearing?
Definitely. I know it. Listen, why are we having this conversation? What do you
I
want?
think there's
I
there is something that may interest you that some of my colleagues have found, and I'll kind of gesture over to Kadam and Calliope, and I guess you guys have that the magic mouth symbol of ball.
Yes. I guess Calliope will be like, that's our Tiki-dan. And like gets up. I'm gonna leave Little Dummy with one of my magical tinkering things,
Okay.
which is basically just like something that is like a film that he can put over a candle that like leaves like shadows and like can project certain like shadows and shapes.
Okay.
And when we give the secret signal, he can put that over one of the candles or like lanterns or something.
To create the symbol.
The symbol of ball.
Cool. So it's like a
So-
little, almost like a little shadow play thing that
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
put over the candle. Okay.
Yeah. Until
So-
then, just pretend to be like paraphernalia on the wall and just like hang out.
Roll a stealth
For good
check.
measure, Gilder
roll a
also
s-
going to be.
Okay.
How about sleight of hand?
Sure. Slide a hand check. This is This is for if you are
Oh.
placing Little Dummy. Roll a sleight
Yeah.
of hand. Okay. Roll a sleight
Yeah,
of hand.
I'll
Go for it.
place. Hold on me.
And if you want Gilder to go post up
23.
somewhere,
Easy.
easy. Little Dummy is now hanging on the wall, looking like a little piece of decoration. If you want Gilder to go hide, go ahead and roll a stealth check for Gilder. And this DC is going to be really low because Gilder is so tiny as a coin. The little boy. Oh, yeah.
19.
So you have your two. You can place your little. I know I don't have tokens yet for your homunculus, but you can place your little orbs where you want them to be. And yeah. So do you all go and gather over at the couch?
Yes. On our way over, I will just like breathe to Calliope and Rhea. There's illusion magic on his head, and the large green bat creature ain't
knew it,
what
I
it
knew it.
seems.
Those things were very rare. They're very, very ornery too. You don't usually see them behaving like this one.
What is it?
I don't like its eyes. I don't know. You just said it isn't what it appears to be.
Okay, so you all go and post up at the couch. You see Amric, as you all are approaching this crowd of 3 people, he kind of sits back in the couch and kicks his feet up onto the table. And the Detect Thoughts medallion you start to pick up, like, kind of feelings of nervousness and suspicion with all of these new people arriving. And his face seems to become a little bit more cold as you all approach. And you do hear that voice go back into his head, speaking in Infernal. And you just hear him saying, "Yes, Kashara, I'll be on my guard. Don't worry, I have my own tricks." And he kind of sits back as you all approach and get up next to the couch. Are you all gonna, like, Kadam, are you gonna hang out by the support there, or are you gonna go over by the couch?
Oh, I suppose I am, like, not... That's 10 feet or so. Where do I want to be? I don't want to block Rhea.
I think Calliope just like walks up and doesn't even sit down, just like has like a little like yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a risk and be there.
Okay.
Just walks him in. Jesus.
So yeah, as you all start,
I am very not imposing.
Amric kind of looks. He has to like look over his shoulder at Kadam and Calliope there, and he goes, "Please," and gestures to in front of him, towards the couch and the wall behind. Kadam, as you're standing there, the Pteranodon kind of...
Yeah, I want to get a good look at it. Like, is...
Make a perception roll.
And I still have Detect Magic up. It's 10 minutes.
You do.
What's the question?
Yeah. You do. Make it with advantage.
I also
21.
want to stand like in front of the table, but I can't because it's on the grid line.
If you hold down Alt, you can shift. You can left click.
Wow.
There you go.
Cool. Okay, that's where I actually wanted to stand.
Cool. You got 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Kadam, as you start to eye the Pteranodon and move over towards the area with Calliope to kind of be more in line with Amric's view, you look at the Pteranodon and you see the image of it sort of like ripple like a heat wave, and you start to see through it what's actually sitting there behind Amric. And what you see sitting behind Amric is a about the same size as this creature, as this small Pteranodon. It's probably about the size of like a medium-sized dog that's just like, perched back there. You see this humanoid creature hunched with the kind of knees up high, long arms kind of dangling down, malice in its eyes as it's staring at you, but the face is not humanoid. It's like a longer snout filled with these little needle-like teeth running all through it. The skin itself, the color is hard to pick up because you're seeing through the illusion, but it's like a darker tone. And you can see where the Pteranodon wings are, there are more like bat-like wings that are kind of crunched up. And there is a long tail that is kind of coiled around the base to try to hide it in the illusion. And running all down the back, like from the back of the head, down the neck, down the back itself, you just see all these spines bristling down its back as it's sitting there, and it's kind of watching you as you go. So that's what you see.
So I think Calliope is gonna like just stand in front of this table and be like, "Mr. Amric, my name is Calliope de Mal. I am a destriar of the Hell Riders. I am investigating what happened to El Terrell, and I believe that the Dead Three are responsible there and are planning something similar here. We, gestures at Kidam, were underneath the that one bathhouse, and we were the ones who busted that place up. We saw Mortlock die. And furthermore, we believe your entire family is involved. However, my priority here is making sure that it doesn't happen in Baldur's Gate. And I believe that your life is in immediate danger. Our investigations have concluded that Lady Vanthampur, your mother, is planning something dastardly, and she doesn't plan to have any of her kids around to see it happen. We have evidence here of that, which I think you will find quite convincing. And pulls out the mask and puts it on the table, while, like, I guess gesturing for little dummy to set off the signal.
Oh wow, okay. So how do you
doing this.
How do you imagine the sequence of events happening? Do you want the magic mouth to be able to speak and say its words?
I think that's a later treat. It's just like let him take it in, see that it probably like came from the place.
So the mask lands on the table, and at that moment you give a quick little signal.
Yeah.
And at the back of the tavern, we see the limp form of little dummy connected to the wall. Drops this little canister onto the candle, which immediately displays up the Harlequin mask with the teardrops running down the cheeks up on the wall. And there is a rapid series of as chairs are...
He plans to have you killed.
As you say that. As all these people leap to action, pulling out various weapons. Amric, spinning and seeing all this movement. You see multiple other individuals that look to be like bodyguards and thugs, all like reacting as well, especially the bigger brute at the end of the bar. Let's roll initiative.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I hope that was okay, guys, that I just like went all out like that. That seemed
that was fantastic.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Oh, I told no lies.
It's true, you didn't.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay.
Hey, look who got good initiative for once. Heck yeah.
Oh, Amric.
Oh, I rolled okay for once.
I really wanted to get rid of poison spray, but I couldn't do it after all of the the new mechanics that you came up with for it on the fly.
Oh man.
Okay.
Wow, they're rolling such shit initiative. Not the cultists. Okay, for the cultists, because it's gonna get... I think it's gonna get cumbersome if I roll for each type of cultist. I'm just gonna do the one roll, if everybody's cool with that.
We'll just take a big old turn.
I mean, yeah, that's true. You know what? Let's try it with each of them, because this is roll 20. It's a little bit quicker. I can get this. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do these guys. See who gets to go. It's gonna be really funny if Fred gets to go first.
Oh, that'd be so good.
All right. Let me get y'all's initiative. So, Kadam.
17.
Nice.
I am ready.
Calliope, did you get a 15?
I got 15.
Okay. And Pip?
I rolled a 20 first, but I didn't select my token.
That's fine. I will put it in manually. Here we go. That's awesome.
We are ready.
And then
We
let's
are.
see
prepped
what
for this.
It's like we
Rhea...
planned.
Rhea gets a 16. Wow, y'all get to go first.
Oh my gosh. We do.
Pip gets to
It's
go
all
first.
working. It's all coming together.
Pip, you get to go first, and then the basically the group that consists of Fred gets to go. So,
Wait,
all right.
can you point out which one is Fred, just so that we can be...
Fred is the one that's highlighted blue. I
good.
specifically made Fred a specific token so that if Fred dies, everyone knows. So as the symbol goes off, you hear Fred go, "All right, boys, let's go." It's ready. Okay, Pip. All right, Pip. You're up. What are you gonna do?
I want to... Ooh. Dang, Calliope, you are in my way.
Should I choose a square here?
It's okay. It's okay for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't super want to be there, so... Okay, let's see. 15. And is this guy on...
So, these guys, those guys, you don't recognize their faces. They appear to be bodyguards.
Right, okay.
Then there's the Kenku bartender. There's another Kenku. There's 2 Kenkus that work here. And then the one at the end of the bar here was the one that walked up and gave Amric the coin. Everybody else, minus like the commoners and the drow, are cultists.
Okay. Well, this guy was the one who gave the money to...
This one here.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, I don't care.
Okay.
I am going to...
Oh boy, what is this?
20...
Is this gonna be an AoE of some kind?
No, I don't know what you think that.
Oh, I'm excited for consequences. Oh, this is gonna be
Okay, I think just for now, I don't want to wait. So, Pip is going to... hold on, give me a second.
Yeah.
Walk up a little bit,
Okay.
and... yeah, okay, I guess reach into her boots and take out 2 flasks, pour one into the other and kind of shake it up, and then just until it starts kind of frothing and turning into this like white kind of thready mass, and throws it right into the middle here. In this whole space, 20-foot cube fills up.
Cube. Okay, so I think... What is that? Oh,
That's 4 by 4.
I remember I had to do this before. I think it's like...
How about I'll leave the Kenku bartender out of it.
So like it's like that, right? Are you casting web?
Yes, I am casting web.
Incredible. So you throw the frothy concoction, it shatters on the ground, and like silly string and foam just explodes everywhere. They all make... Is it strength saves?
It is dexterity.
Dexterity saves. Okay. So the Fists of Bane, the people that the Fred, whatever training they took, the Baneites, they have advantage on this roll when they're in combat. They have advantage on saving throws. So how many of them are... There's only 2. Okay. So one of them rolled a 10, so that's a failure. And the other one...
I got one.
Sorry, rolled a 12, but that's still a failure, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a 17, so that one definitely succeeds. So this one is restrained. Oh wait, there's a net. Perfect. There we go. And then let me do these guys. Dex save, 7 fail, 16. What's your spell save?
13.
13. Okay.
So 16.
And then this guy, 20 also succeeds, and then the thug, the bodyguard, got a natural 20. So you only got 2 of them, but that is difficult terrain now. So as it 2 of them get stuck in the web, the other ones are kind of like throwing it off of themselves, snapping the lines. They're able to walk through, but with great difficulty. So that was your action, Pip, as you cast that.
Yes, it was my action. And oh, that's concentration. Okay, so yeah, that is indeed my action.
Okay.
And I will just hang out. I'm done.
Okay. It's now all of the Fists of Bane.
Oh, wait, sorry. Actually, bonus action. I forgot I have Gilder. I'm gonna have Gilder just move up.
Go for it.
Just at the edge of difficult terrain.
Okay. So this one Fist of Bane is going to try to make it to Amric. So that is 10, 20, 30, 25 actually to get to there. 30. So 30 feet of movement. Running, doesn't even see Gilder as they burst out of the web with their pulling a mace out, and they are aiming for Amric. Do they have a ranged attack? Technically have a longbow. That seems wild. But I think that doesn't make sense to me because their objective initially was to try to capture him. So this individual is just going to dash to get into position. So running up next to you, Kadam, with the mace out. The other one is going to attempt to break free. Is it a strength check?
Let me check. I think there is. Also, does my homunculus get an attack of opportunity?
If you want, yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's see. Webs layered over flat surface, blah, blah, blah. It's still a strength check.
Okay, so they got
my spell save.
They got a 21, so they snap free of the webs, and they pivot into position, getting into a flanking position with that bodyguard, and you see one of those cloaked figures pull out a knife as they're getting ready to stab the bodyguard in the back. All right, next. Fred. Well, Fred and his friend. Fred goes, all right, get the guy! And they're going to get into a flanking position with this bodyguard to try to eliminate them. Fred is going to have disadvantage on everything because Fred's incompetent. So Fred will make straight attack rolls.
Poor Fred.
He's trying his best.
Fred better get stuck in the web. It's all for him.
Fred actually manages to hit twice, so he hits with both of his attacks. As he starts pummeling this guard, and then his companion on the other side as well, with advantage, hits both times, and they just start pummeling this bodyguard.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
With their maces. This bodyguard looks super messed up as they're and they're kind of down on their knees getting beaten by Fred and his companion. And that is all the Fists of Bane. That's what they get to do. Kadam, you're up.
Is Fred not a good person?
I'm going to turn to Amric and hold out my hand, which is glowing with this kind of silver blue light, and say, I can offer you sanctuary.
Make a quick persuasion roll.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh
no.
So what's the total? It's like
8.
Yeah. He goes, I only just met you. No. So
all right.
that spell.
Can I choose to use it on someone else?
Yeah.
I'll throw it on Pip.
Okay, Pip, so you have Sanctuary on you. I think that increases your AC?
No.
disadvantage, or they have to make a check to try
They have to make
attack.
a
Yeah.
wisdom save in order to attack you. But the spell ends if you attack anyone.
Got it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kadam, you.
But that doesn't count if my homunculus attacks anyone.
Oh yeah. What did your homunculus get?
Oh,
And it doesn't count.
Okay, cool. My homunculus didn't even roll yet. Let's see. 20 plus. Okay. An 11.
No, that misses. So
Yeah.
tries to hit.
Yeah.
But Kadam, you quickly redirect the spell into Pip. That was your action.
That was my bonus action.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
What would you like to do?
My action will be to disengage and kind of tuck myself just on the inside of this stairwell.
Okay. You tuck yourself in. I believe that is... Oh, yeah, that is a stairwell. Yeah, so you get down into the stairwell there as all this chaos breaks out. Okay. It is Rhea's turn. She knows the plan, so she's going to run up to protect Amric, pulling out her swords. She's going to do non-lethal damage unless y'all said otherwise, but she will use non-lethal damage. I think she actually flips her swords around, wielding them like hammers, gripping them with her gauntlets, and is going to
Holding the
this
blades
guy.
and hitting people with the hilt.
It's a viable
cool.
tactic. That's like a legit thing that is in like medieval manuscripts. It's crazy. All right, so yeah, she's just gonna fucking boom, gonna slam into this guy with her 3 attacks. Here we go. Actually doesn't hit with any of those.
Damn.
You see under the civilian clothing that this Fist of Bane is wearing, as she's slamming into him, you hear hard clangs against heavy armor underneath the clothes. And this guy just is taking it, kind of shrugs off all the attacks. All right, that was Rhea's turn. Calliope.
Calliope is gonna be last. Listen to the thing. Get the thing. And then takes her messenger bag off, puts it down, and like flips it open, and like and out of this bag, kind of like crawls this like chicken walker, and Calliope goes to like swing up into it like she did in her youth, like goes damn, okay, and then like just kind of like hauls herself in and like slips in and has to like a turn around in it.
Awesome. As it's getting into position, Big Dummy is deployed.
And did we say that was an action? I think to
Yes,
deploy?
I believe so. Yeah.
to get something out of a bag of holding.
Yeah.
That's fine. So I'm gonna take up flanking with this guy.
Okay, yeah, with the Pteranodon. I'll allow that. Yeah.
Yeah, if that works.
Yeah, I mean the Pteranodon is turning to confront this assailant. So yeah.
And I'm gonna use bonus action, tell Big Dummy to just wallop him.
Go for it.
So this is Dummy Rend with advantage. Roll 16.
It doesn't hit.
Wow.
Against the armor of this individual. They grit their teeth looking back towards you.
Okay, then I'll move back into like in front of Amric, I guess.
Okay, awesome. Is that it for you, Calliope?
That is it for me.
Okay. Wait a minute. Why do I... Oh, Pip ended up on here twice. Let me remove that. All right. Next up is
Sleight of hand.
this guy.
Action economy, you baby.
What can this guy do? Oh yeah. Okay. The what you know to be like the necromancer is is gonna hop up onto the bar, so they kind of break out of the web. They weren't restrained by it, so they kind of pull themselves out of the web, hopping up onto the bar, and they pull forth as the chain kind of clinks out of their robes, this flaming skull dangling off of a chain, and it glows with light and shoots out this sickly green flame towards Amric. 21 to hit and deals 8 necrotic damage to Amric as it shrieks across the room, striking Amric in the chest as he kind of fumbles backwards into the couch. Can they do 2 attacks? Let's see. This one doesn't seem to be quite as powerful of a necromancer as some of the others that you've confronted. Oh, you know what? That actually would have been made at disadvantage because there's but that still would have hit. Still would have hit Amric's armor class. Okay. So that strikes Amric. That's all that they can do. They're not going to risk getting away from that person. Amric gets to go. So Amric is going to pull out 2 daggers and is going to very rapidly slice into the individual that's right next to him.
I assume he's using lethal damage.
He is going... Yes, he is using lethal damage. He is actually going to... This is so silly. He does like an action hero knee slide under Big Dummy as the illusory hair doesn't actually react to the physics of it. So he just
flips through.
Yeah, as he slides under and then pops up behind this individual, and pulling out the 2 daggers, and is going to do 3 quick attacks. He actually seems to be pretty skilled, and he has advantage on these, so he gets that crit on that first hit.
Wow.
Dealing...
I think we're not seeing your rolls, by the way.
Oh, you're not?
Cancel that.
Oh, no. You can do you want to cancel that?
Do I want to
Would Amric know if you, like... Because, like, narratively, this would be like he's about to hit some critical organ or something, and then something kind of like...
I think I'm not.
Okay.
No.
Sorry you can't see my rolls. I realized I had my like DM thing turned on because I was doing secret stuff. The 12 doesn't hit. The 18 just hits. So this individual looks really hurt. They're not quite dead as they and he kind of twirls his blades and gets ready. He kind of looks over his shoulder though and sees all of the other cultists starting to try to move in his direction, and he's going to flip, not provoking attack of opportunity. He's going to flip over you this time. So he slid under you, and he's going to flip over Calliope and then land back on the couch with his blades out.
Did he do anything with the symbol, or did he leave it on the table?
No, he seems to be focused on staying alive and killing the individuals that are trying to
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable. I just wanted to know.
It's now the night blades get to go. This one is going to stay restrained, and because they have advantage, they're just going to take that attack with a straight roll on the one next to them. They hit with a 14, and because of their ability, this figure has vulnerability to this attack, so they take 12 points of piercing damage from that slice as the bodyguard kind of goes down on their knees, and the other one is going to dart up and as well make a straight roll. Here we go. Hits and does 10 points of piercing damage to that. They're not dead, but they are getting stabbed by these 2 individuals. That takes us to the Pteranodon, which Kadam
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of see through the illusion. So you see that strange devilish creature unfurl its wings as it kind of rears up to attack this Fist of Bane here. And it's going to use... It has flyby, which means that if it's flying, it can basically not provoke opportunity attacks. So it flies past this individual and goes kind of up into the ceiling above Gilder. And it's really odd because all of you still seeing the illusion suddenly see all these spines go shoot out from it towards the Fist of Bane. Kadam, you see that tail kind of uncurl and...
I don't.
You don't. Oh, because you're in the stairwell. That's right. So you don't see anything. But all of you just see these spines come shooting out of the... seemingly nowhere out of the Pteranodon into the Fist of Bane. Let's see if it hits. Here we go. No, with a 14 it doesn't. But as the spines ricochet off of the armor, there's little bursts of fire that go... as it kind of ricochets off all the armor. And the Pteranodon... Calliope, this is odd to you because you've heard these things. It doesn't make the sound you would expect it to make. It makes this weird, like...
Weird lizard you got there.
It's now the big...
It's not a bird, and I know it's not a dinosaur. Pteranodons are lizards, just an offshoot.
As you're saying this, that big brutish bodyguard pulls out a long sword and a short sword, and is going to start laying into these cultists. 7 slashing damage. So immediately cuts down the magic user with 2 quick strikes. Cuts them right through the back, and they fall down onto the bar. They are dead. And they leap onto the bar, going up to that restrained individual with their short sword, and they try to bring it down for... Yep, and they kill them with that. Or no, they don't. They don't quite kill them. They're almost dead. But they drive the short sword straight into their back and almost killing them with that one blow. And they will pivot to get to here to kind of block the passage through. And that takes us to the top of the round. We are at 9 o'clock as this chaos bursts forth and all of these people start to cry out and battle ensues. We see our protagonist getting into defensive positions around Amric as Amric leaps around like a action hero with like a plastic slicked back hair that doesn't move with the wind or anything.
Can we finish the battle?
Can we finish the battle? We might. Sure, we could go. If we can keep it going fast, let's go like, I can push like 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Pip, what are you doing?
Okay, gotta go fast. If I attack, I lose Sanctuary, right?
Yeah. Do what's best.
Nah, it's fine. I will just, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to take a potion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or yeah.
Which potion?
I'm going to take my experimental elixir of boldness, which means I can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to every attack for the next minute.
Okay, so you down that quickly, giving you that extra boost, and then what are you going to do with your action?
Oh god. Okay, I'm just Screw it. I'm just gonna do Ray of Sickness.
Go for it. Go for it. Make your attack roll. Who are you attacking?
I will attack, let's see, this cultist here. Oh, or who looks like, yeah, I'll just go for this
That
guy.
one. Okay, go for it. Yeah, roll.
Yeah, why
your
the hell not?
attack
I'm not going to think about it too hard.
Add a d4 to it. Yeah, and Kadam, you'll be next, so...
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so that is a 15. That won't hit, but if you roll that d4, you might be able to hit.
I got a 4.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yes, you hit. Okay, so they take 7 points of damage, it looks like. And they make a con save. Oh. Wow, they had 7 hit points left. Okay, so with that, this sickly ray shoots out, striking them, and they kind of fall down, withered up, and they are dead. Kadam, you're up. Sorry,
Is
no.
it not lethal dead?
I think they're dead. That's poison damage. All right, so now the Fists of Bane get to go. This one's gonna try to kill this bodyguard with advantage. So here we go. Boom. 9 points of bludgeoning. Ooh, they are barely alive. Barely alive as they slam into them. I realized too they only get 1 attack, which, oh well, I gave Fred and his friend more than 1 attack. Oh, but they hit with both attacks, so that goes to this turn. So that's what they're doing. They're just wailing on that bodyguard. Which I realized the bodyguards, I didn't roll initiative for them. Let me just give them a turn real quick. And I'll slot them into the initiative order, but I'll give them a turn really quick. So they all obviously are going to attack cultists. So what do we got here? We got this guy. He's going to move. He's going to try to finish off the one that the brute almost killed. That one is to save his friend. That one's going to do that. This one is going to wail on. Is going to attack Fred. So they get 2 attacks. Here we go against Fred. Cannot hit Fred. This one is gonna go for the Nightblade with advantage. Hits, kills the Nightblade, smacking him across the head. The neck snaps. They're dead. And then twirls around to go for the other Nightblade. And technically it has advantage because of pack tactics. Nice. So 5 points to that one, and then this thug will move into position. I think had enough movement to get to there, and is going to use their last attack to hit, dealing 3 points. They are almost dead. Okay. That was the Fists of Bane and the thugs. It's now Kadam.
I'm going to cast Bless on Amric, Rhea, and Calliope.
Okay, you all have a D4 to your attacks and saves. Is that it for you, Kadam?
Yep.
Okay, Rhea.
Still
in the stairwell. Rhea is gonna go and continue. Again, she's going to do non-lethal damage, even though everybody else is resorting to just killing each other. So here she goes with her hammer swords. Ooh, she got a crit. And then she has advantage on these, so the second attack doesn't hit, and the third attack doesn't hit. But with that crit, she does 13 points of bludgeoning damage to that Fist of Bane. They look really hurt, but not quite down. Calliope, you're up.
I run up and start trying to poke at people who are down. So I think run up past this person's bodyguard, the person above me.
Yep, that's a bodyguard. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So my first attack will be against that person.
Go for it. Are these lethal?
No.
Okay.
So I'm going to do these one at a time because it might be. Is this flanking with Rhea?
Yeah, because you have a 10-foot reach.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll look it up later.
23.
That definitely
16
hits.
damage.
You knock them out. So does the tail just whip them across? Just like, bam!
Yeah. And then, so who else is up?
There's this guy, and there's Fred and his friend.
Okay. I think I just go for the guy closest to me. I think I need to take a step back though in order to.
Yep, they'll get an attack of opportunity on you, but go for it.
Can I actually move? I'm actually gonna move past.
Yep, and I mean, they'll try.
Yeah. Go for it. Do your worst.
They probably won't hit. Yeah, an 11. So they king across the armor. Go for it. Make your attack.
Second attack against them. That's a crit. 28 damage.
Oh my god. Non-lethal again.
Non-lethal.
Yeah. So that individual as well. Wham! Poof, falls unconscious.
So this is just like Big Dummy, just like. So what's it? Amric slid under Big Dummy, jumped over Big Dummy, and Calliope's like, I can do that too. And then like I think slides. Do you think I could slide under this dude, or I probably have to just jump over?
Yeah.
I have to jump over him.
Yeah.
And then I think just does a slide from here to here. And just like whack whack.
Okay, I'll give it to you because Big Dummy's so big that it like cuts through the web as it slides.
Right.
I will say this: Amric has a really high dex, which is why I was letting him do these crazy things.
Okay.
I do want you to be able to do this, but make an acrobatics check for me, just for the flavor.
Great.
Just for the flavor. We'll see. You'll still.
I'm also fine. I'm comfortable enough with this being in hand that I'm down to 20 nat 20.
You do it. So Big Dummy leaps over and slides through the web, parting through and then smacking this cultist as they go flat unconscious. I believe that's it for you.
Bonus action. I got one more attack.
Go for it.
I
don't know
can't
how
reach.
Okay,
so bonus action is gonna be Little Dummy going back and flanking Fred and taking a swing.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, Little Dummy, you got this. Little Rend, advantage. 23 to hit.
That hits.
3 force damage.
That, I'm sorry, I don't know how you'd make that not lethal, but it's only 3 damage. So with a little Fred gets hit in the back and goes, ow!
And like if he turns, there's just like, the what's it? Pugilist? Pugilist stance? Pugilist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, we're almost at the bottom of the round here. So the thugs now get to have their second turn because they would have had their first one.
Yeah.
So this guy is going to start attacking Fred. He's actually flanking now, so gets advantage on these attacks. Hits once, dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage to Fred. He's still up. As he gets. Oh no!
Fred has to live.
And then the other bodyguards are gonna start swarming towards Fred and his friend because they're the only 2 left. So through the web, this is 10, 15, 20, 25. So this one can get up to Fred, and they have pack tactics, so has advantage. 10, 20, 25, 30, and this one will just dash. Is actually gonna block the stairwell. Oh wait, no, this one is at one hit point. No. That one fucking doesn't. No, that one goes and sits down. That one
He's out with the Kenku.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if this bodyguard's gonna attack Fred with advantage. 2 attacks. Sorry, guys. I gotta play
No,
this.
it's okay.
Ah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
we
here
will
we-
mourn Fred.
I know, but here, this is what I'll do. To be fair, I'm gonna roll a d4 and see if they go for Fred or the other one. They go for the other one. Okay, so they go for the other one. They will block the stairwell though. They don't want these guys leaving. So it blocks the stairs, and boom, boom, hits both times, dealing. That would have killed Fred. Okay, and we're trying to go through this quickly. Amric looks around, sees all of this happening, kind of settles in on the couch and grabs the magic, the symbol, and just looks at it, starts inspecting it, but doesn't really know what to do with it as all this chaos.
Right, we didn't tell him.
This chaos is happening. They're all out. I'll just well, okay, so the Pteranodon is going to fly towards the remaining two cultists, and 40-foot movement, so easy. Flies over the drow and will shoot their spines at the cultists closest to them. Oh, it gets to do 2 attacks with its spines. I didn't know that. Damn it! Misses both of them as they ding, off the armor. And finally, here we go. This is our last NPC here. Let's see, can they make it? Oh, it's so crowded in here. No, they can't. They get to there, but they do have, they pull out a heavy crossbow, aiming it, and I think only gets to make 1 attack with it, but they're going to shoot at that cultist and miss as it goes poop into the wood. All right, Pip, there's 2 guys left. You know what I'm going to say, though? I'll give you your turn, Pip, because they get to go next. Do you know what you're going to do on your turn?
I'm going to just try and run up within 10 feet of Fred and poison spray.
Okay. Let's see if can you make
I
it?
don't think I can.
I don't
is the
think
problem.
you can. Yeah, unless you have
Yeah.
something that can get you there.
No.
What
Okay.
does Mirthful Leap allow you to do?
Oh, I forgot about
But
Mirthful
what-
Leap.
But how far can you leap?
It's a D8. I don't know.
Oh, a D8?
Yeah.
You like roll a D8 to see how many extra feet, or?
Yeah, to see how many extra feet. So I don't
Okay.
think I'll be able to make it regardless.
Yeah. What's your strength score?
-1.
So you have a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I unfortunately you're not gonna be able to make it to Fred and poison spray.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to do? Otherwise, what's gonna happen if you don't have anything immediately?
I don't have anything immediately except I could just healing with the okay, so just hear me out. So what we did for the homebrew to
Yeah.
make poison spray non-lethal was I mixed it with healing word technically.
Right. Okay.
So could I use my healing word
Oh,
to just knock him out?
I think that's maybe a stretch too far, because the poison
Okay, fair
spray,
enough.
I liked it because you had this little thing that. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna
Okay.
veto that one. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I think I'm just going to
Wait, you can't mix
just sit back.
healing word with that last one that you did? That thing of acid you just mixed together? What if you
Yeah,
did
but-
that and had that at range?
The ray of sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean that was
Okay.
So as you're back at the back of the room, Pip, seeing all this chaos happening before you, all of the cultists have gone down except for Fred and one other one, his friend on the other side. They look and see all of these guards rushing them. They see all of their companions down. And Fred just looks at his friend and goes, I don't think it's worth it, man. And just drops the mace as it clangs to the ground. And the other cultists, clenches their jaw and looks at Fred and goes, you're weak. And they get their mace out, and they seem resolved to go down to the end here. For the sake of brevity here, I think we're gonna end here because this guy, there's no way this guy's gonna make it. He might be able to kill this one guard. We'll see. I'll at least give him that in his final moments. Nope, he can't. He almost kills that guy in his final moments. And as all of you, technically you all have your turns, so you could try to save this guy if you want. But otherwise, once it gets to the end of all of your turn order, the thugs get to go, and they're gonna wail on this guy and knock him down. So I think that's where we're gonna end tonight, as Fred backs up into the corner, like surrendering, as the other fanatic just goes down in a blaze of getting beaten by maces from these bodyguards, and is knocked to the ground. As this raucous combat settles, you see Amric sitting there with his boots up on the table once more, and he looks over all of you, kind of cocks an eyebrow and says, well, gotta say, I'm listening. You're saying my mother might be plotting against me now. I highly doubt it, but let's see what you have to offer. And we will pick up there next time. Whew. Okay.
That went great.
That would
extremely
more or
less.
smoothly. Whether we're practicing or not is another question.
Yeah, right.
You know.
That timing was.
Yeah, the timing was
What?
funny.
I panicked. Okay, I'm not the subterfuge kid. I'm doing the best I can.
I thought it was fine.
There's dramatic flair.
You sprung the assassination attempt, and now you're gonna be like, oh yeah, and by the way, here's this. No, I think it worked well. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, we were about to give the game up, and so they decided to close the trap or something. IDK.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us this evening and staying with us a little late tonight. I hope you had as much fun as we did, and we will see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Have a wonderful evening.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.